started with a quiet night in a suburban warehouse district, empty streets, humming lamps, and a single security officer watching the feeds. The air felt unusually heavy, as if the walls themselves were holding their breath. At exactly 12:37 a.m., the first flicker appeared across camera 9. The image trembled, a static wave rolling like ripples through water, then stabilized. For a moment, everything looked normal again, until an inky smudge moved across the floor, detached from any visible source of light. The night guard, a man with 20 years of experience, blinked hard, certain it was fatigue. He leaned toward the monitor, squinting at the frame. The shadow wasn't behaving like a normal silhouette, it stretched and pulsed, crawling against the grain of physics. Even stranger, it seemed to slide up the wall, as though gravity had lost its meaning there. Footage later confirmed that every light was stationary, no passing vehicle, no interference. The digital clock in the upper corner froze for 5 solid seconds, as if suspended in time. Then, without transition, the numbers jumped forward, skipping 4 minutes entirely. When the guard rewound the feed, the missing minutes were blank black, a perfect void, not static, not corrupted data, just nothing. Experts would later confirm that was technically impossible for the camera model used. The video had not been tampered with. Shadow appeared again, this time near the loading dock. It rippled across the concrete like liquid darkness, with crisp, deliberate motion, as though aware it was being watched. The guard felt his skin prickle, the kind of instinctive dread no training could suppress. He turned on the external floodlights, but the moment they flared, the shadow brightened instead of vanishing. Imagine light illuminating darkness, rather than dispersing it. Every rational explanation fell apart in that instant. Desperate to understand, the guard stepped outside. The night was completely still, even the whir of the city felt suspended. Yet, by the door, a cold gust brushed past him, though no wind registered on nearby anemometers. He crouched where the shadow had been, flashlight beam cutting across cold pavement. Nothing. No footprints, no temperature drop, until his radio cracked with a low whisper that didn't belong to any frequency or code he knew. The voice, metallic, deliberate, repeated a single word, return. He froze. The audio log would later show no trace of interference, no malfunction. As he looked back at the monitor, he saw the shadow again, now behind him. Camera 9 captured it in perfect clarity, a silhouette rising from the ground, humanoid yet featureless, stretching impossibly tall under the motion sensor light. Then, inexplicably, every camera blinked off for 1/3 of a second simultaneously. When power returned, the guard was gone. His chair was still rolling, a mug was shattered on the tiles, and the video feed showed only the empty room. No signs of struggle, no sound, only the low hum of electricity. Police reviewed the footage dozens of times. Every officer described the same reaction, an instant, involuntary chill at the moment the shadow moved. Several officers refused to continue the investigation, claiming they felt something watching from the corners of the room. Forensics found no trace of forced entry or exit. Even the biometric keypad had registered no access past midnight. Yet, in one frame, an outline of 5 elongated fingers rested on the glass surface of the monitor, as if something inside the screen had reached out. Experts from the manufacturer were called in. They dismantled the systems, retrieved the data blocks, but every frame between 12:37 and 12:41 simply didn't exist. The logbook showed those files were never recorded in the first place. As weeks passed, similar sightings spread. 2 blocks away, another business reported motion alarms triggered every night at the same time, yet the cameras revealed only a slow-moving distortion crawling through their hallway. Online forums nicknamed it the impossible shadow. Threads exploded with theories: glitch in the matrix, collapsed timeline, interdimensional rift. Yet no one could replicate the event, not even in controlled testing. Some insisted the footage wasn't supernatural at all, that it was a digital echo, an imprint left behind by overlapping realities. Scientists dismissed that idea, but privately admitted the physics behind it made no sense. Warehouse was shut down. Still, urban explorers kept sneaking in, searching for proof. One returned claiming he saw the shadow again, hanging from the ceiling, like gravity itself had been rewritten. His recording lasted 46 seconds before the device failed. The frame froze on his terrified face illuminated by flashlight, then went black. The camera powered back hours later, on its own, showing the corridor empty, untouched. An official investigation labeled the phenomenon unsubstantiated visual anomaly. The report never reached public archives, quietly sealed under restricted classification. To this day, no agency admits to reviewing that file. In the years since, reports have emerged of similar shadows captured across states, from Manhattan subways to Nevada gas stations. The consistency of motion, the same impossible fluidity, suggests it wasn't local, it was systemic. Some theorists argue we are witnessing a replay, a glitch caused by overlapping code within our perceived reality. A defect in the rendering of our world, showing fragments of something, or someone, existing just beyond our comprehension. Others claim it's consciousness itself, caught skipping frames like a broken film reel. Perhaps the cameras aren't detecting intruders, but the moments our reality fails to render properly. Archived security updates continue referencing mysterious data errors, timestamped exactly at 12:37 a.m. every month. The distribution of those incidents suggests a pattern too precise for error. A university research team once analyzed electromagnetic fluctuations near the original site. Their findings showed brief interference spikes, as though an unseen frequency was attempting to transmit, or emerge. One unexplained image remains, a still frame showing the words, "We see you," written in reverse text, faintly glowing across the digital feed. Technicians found no such message in the binary data when cross-verified. When the same camera was reinstalled elsewhere, across the country, the shadow appeared again. The new location had different lighting, different layout, but the same distortion glided into frame, perfectly centered. This time, the figure lingered, shimmering around the edges, like static shaped as a human. Then, with deliberate slowness, it turned toward the lens and froze, as though staring back at the operator. The video ends when the monitor suddenly records its own power-off reflection. No noise, no fade, just abrupt, surgical darkness. When rebooted, the file name had changed to a single word, acknowledged. No one can explain who, or what, acknowledged it. The guard's family never found him, though occasionally, people online claim his figure appears faintly behind the footage, distorted among the pixels. Viewers continue to post new sightings, reflections that move independently, shadows that shift opposite to their lights. Each clip ends the same way, total frame collapse, a quiet hum in the audio feed. Analysts often stop playback halfway through, uneasy with the sound frequencies embedded within. Some describe feeling watched, their room temperature dropping just as the shadow appears. Every skeptic eventually concedes to one fact: the original footage remains unexplainable. No edits, no compression artifacts, no logical reason for what is visible. And somewhere, it keeps repeating. Midnight, across countless cameras around the world, brief static distortions ripple like universal breath. Maybe it's a system reset, or maybe, it's the shadow checking to see if you're still paying attention. So if you ever glance at your own security feed and notice a shape that shouldn't be there, don't blink. Because the camera might not just be watching for you. It might be watching with you.